We're done.
Hold on, buddy. I'll get this squared away first over here.
You're all even off the screen on that one, Dave.
I move the screen.
No, just in general.
So right here.
All right.
Is that better?
Well, it's where you sit, brother. Where you sit.
I sit with you. Sitting with you together.
On our final episode.
The final countdown. Oh, there I am right there. In and out. Doing some magic.
The weather, guys, has just been absolutely phenomenal in Connecticut.
All right. It's funny, they changed the screen. I can't see the words of who the people are.
Oh, yeah, it's smaller now.
Yeah, we got a bunch of
even my
people
glasses.
live on Instagram over there. I can't see who's over there
Did you
live.
change your size?
I don't know.
Of your,
I don't know. I can't see it. I can only tell you that there's a bunch of people on Instagram live.
all right. Well, thanks for waving to us.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Intro to Crypto, live with you on Friday. Shabbat Shalom out there. Happy Friday. Michael Cristoforo, David Lamel, here to talk about crypto with you. It's an exciting day. It's an exciting week. It's an exciting time. We've got some great information to share with you. We've got a couple different subjects to talk about with you. I think you're going to love it. Hopefully you'll understand it and you'll have questions about it. We want to hear from you. Please let us know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. And remember to please like and subscribe and hit a smash like, whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, LinkedIn, X, everywhere else, and then some. So thank you so much for joining us here live on the.
We're going to start with silver and gold prices today.
Well, actually, first we're going to do a disclaimer and make sure, remember everybody, what we talk about here in the Intro to Crypto podcast is not financial advice. This is a realtor and a mortgage broker, well known in the industry. We're very excited to be a part of your lives, but we are not here to give you financial advice. We're here to introduce you, to teach you, and to make sure you're aware of what's happening in the world around you. So you have an opportunity to really make a big difference in your life and your future, for your family, for your friends, for people you know who might be either looking to learn, looking to invest, and looking to make a life change for themselves financially, because so many things are happening right now in the world, in the crypto world, digital assets. If you're not listening, you're not learning, you're going to miss something massive. And as you know, we are big on XRP. We think it's one of the most important things you learn about because of what's happening in the environment around you, between the government, the countries, the banks, and so much more. So let's get into it. Mike, where do we start? We're going to talk about the multiplier.
I was starting with silver.
All right. Well,
and you just totally crushed me on that.
You want to talk about, okay, so silver and gold are going through the roof.
They are. And, it was just sort of funny. I was just, having a conversation with Dave, and I said, we were joking around. I go, Dave, I said, look, silver's almost $41.50 now. He said, where was it a year ago? I said, $25, $26. It was hovering, goes down to 23, 25, 26. And there we are. So why? Why is that happening? Well, first of all, just to let you know, we were excited about crypto. Our government just announced this week, by the way, that Donald Trump says that silver is needed. So he's now going to set a basket and start buying for the government. And I was listening to a podcast on that. They were talking 2 years worth of silver production is what America needs to acquire. So just think, where do you think prices are going to even go for silver? So it's just interesting. And it's not only going up because of what the government's saying that they need to put in a storehouse and be able to start saving, because it is needed. They need so much silver just for bombs. Each bomb that goes, I forget, 500 ounces of silver disappear and vaporize in a bomb. In a bomb.
I did not know that.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's very interesting. So silver is going to be good, and this all, once again, gold is right now at 36 and 36.50, somewhere in that range. Think about that. So where I'm going with this is the dollar is also getting decimated. It's getting squeezed every day. So I just told somebody that I was talking to earlier today, I would rather be in XRP than to be in dollars.
let's get into the XRP and why we're here and what we're talking about today, because it's very important information. Let's get into something called the CME, the CME market explosion of interest in XRP. The CME, world's largest derivatives exchange. That's what it is. Right, Mike? Help me out with that, please.
Chicago Mercantile Exchange.
The world's largest derivatives exchange is seeing a massive wave of interest in XRP. Okay. Why? Here's what it is.
And just for the record, gold, silver, and XRP are all in the CME thing going on here that you're talking about.
Well, I'm happy you mentioned that's what it was. CME is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, Wall Street's of derivatives. Okay. The CME offers futures contracts on gold, oil, corn, S&P 500, crypto like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and now XRP. Why CME is important? It is where the big money players, hedge funds, banks, pension funds, hedge risks invest. Very important. The CME is the gateway for institutions into crypto.
That's a stamp of approval. If I ever heard one towards XRP, it's another stamp of approval.
It's an absolute stamp. Why is XRP getting CME attention? Well, let's talk about it. Liquidity. You know what liquidity is, right? XRP moves money across borders instantly. That's what XRP is. Institutions love this because CME thrives on liquid assets. Regulatory clarity. The SEC versus Ripple case ending and XRP being declared not a security gave institutions the green light.
Yep.
Settlement speed. The CME thrives on clearing trades quickly. The XRP settles in 3 to 5 seconds, making it the perfect derivative, clearing our collateral. Cost. Moving money with XRP costs pennies versus high banking fees. We talk about this all the time. An example, a bank in Chicago trading commodities with a bank in London can use XRP for instant settlement instead of waiting days on SWIFT.
Yep, that's
another example. Okay.
Yeah. Can I just stop you for a second just to take a break on the reading for a second?
Yes.
The SEC this week is now working with the CFTC to act together, the two of them, which unheard of, and they're now working together to basically get regulations in place to be able to move the crypto market and XRP stuff forward. So, I mean, that's just huge information. Once again, these are things that didn't happen before, and they're happening. So we got the regulations for the companies themselves, and now on top of that, now we have all the institutions working together on top of that, which is phenomenal.
Crazy. What XRP is linking itself to across all borders, all exchanges, all places, all platforms, all governments, they're getting to the stock exchange, and they're going to make it happen very quickly. And things are going to happen. We're going to get into that in a minute. Going back into the XRP value to CME cross-border margin calls. Traders must deposit collateral margin at CME with XRP collateral can move across world in seconds. A hedge fund in Japan trading oil futures on CME can instantly top up margin using XRP instead of waiting 2 to 3 days. Tokenization of assets. CME is exploring tokenization treasury bills.
Once again, though, let's get back for a second here. Japan and Asia are so far ahead of us on the adoption of the XRP.
Yes.
You know, which is huge. So to see you just reading that right now makes total sense to me, because they're the ones that have really been pushing XRP forward with their whole adoption. Has been far better than we've been, although I think that's going to change over this coming few years.
It's changing and changing hard and changing fast.
Yep.
And very fast, as we're going to see things happening. Tokenization of assets. CME is exploring tokenized treasury bills, carbon credits, and commodities. The XRP ledger can tokenize and settle these instantly. We keep talking about how fast XRP can settle everything. liquidity hub of derivatives. For derivatives, CME could leverage XRP's deep liquidity pools. Instead of using USD only, CME can accept XRP as collateral. Derivatives trading.
There's the adoption that we're talking about.
Yes.
I was talking to someone today, helping her buy some XRP today, and we were talking, and she said, "What can you do with XRP?" She goes, "Can you buy anything?" I said, "It's coming. It's coming quickly." And I said, "It's not just coming quickly that you're going to be able to use it to buy things, but David just turned around and took out a credit card that's actually paying him benefits based on that credit card."
The Gemini credit card. I just went to that gas station, got earned 4% back with XRP. So you can see it instantly, XRP come into your pocket. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's like you can earn miles, which I love to earn miles. But if I can earn XRP, it's even better because I know it's going to even be worth more money.
Let's just play the game for a second here,
Yes.
which is just mind blowing.
Yes.
How much did you pay for? How much did the gas cost you?
I think I spent about $55 in gas.
$55,
Yes.
and you got 4 XRP.
Is that right? Yeah.
Right. That's what you just said.
4%.
Oh, 4. So you got 2 XRP, right?
Yeah.
5. So you got 2 XRP.
Yeah.
Would that be 2?
No, 2%.
Or
$2
is it-
maybe. 55 times 4%. Let's do that quickly.
Yeah, that's $2
times
$2.
4%. $2.20. I got almost 1 XRP.
So 1 XRP. So now let's just play the game for a second. You
Right.
spent $55.
Right. This is the way
And now let's say XRP goes to $50.
boom.
You just got all your money back just by
Free gas.
using but obviously that might not happen for a year or 2 or 3, let's just say worst case, but everything you're buying now is actually down the road. You're buying with that.
What happens when XRP goes to that,
Yeah, the big number. Yeah, we don't want to scare away some of the
People
maxis here.
Well, we don't want people to get crazy over here, not too quickly, but we're going to get into that also.
But it's interesting to really think about, with the appreciation of XRP, what you just purchased in gas might actually be free for you. That's an interesting way to look at it.
I bought.
It's amazing.
I go to Dunkin' Donuts. I'm going to Dunkin'. I go to the grocery store. I'm buying food. You're earning 3%. You're earning 4%. I mean, it's unbelievable.
You've been telling people not to buy coffee, David, to save money for XRP, and now you're telling me you're.
Hold on. I go to Dunkin' Donuts coffee, not Starbucks coffee for $12.
Right.
I'm one of those guys when I'm buying coffee, or McDonald's coffee, I'll buy for $1.50. I'm a very frugal guy. I don't need to have fancy coffee. It doesn't taste any better to me. It tastes better when it costs less money to me, and I feel even more energy from the coffee. Is that fair?
Yeah, and you feel more energy when you got XRP in the process.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Let's see. The big picture: CME interest in XRP equals Wall Street validation. More adoption equals more liquidity, more use cases. XRP is no longer just a bank coin. It's becoming a global financial utility.
Just think for a second. CME this week. ETFs, let's just say in October, 30 days. Let's give them 30 days. Let's just put it out there, October.
Yes.
And just think about all this validation that we're seeing over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? It's mind blowing.
It's creeping in, it's tiptoeing in, it's coming from all different sides.
Yep.
It's kind of like, when you make a puzzle, a jigsaw puzzle, or some massive puzzle. I like to do the outside first, right? When I do the outside first, it helps me kind of.
Well, it's easier. It's easier. You get the straight lines.
And also the picture starts coming together much faster. It makes more sense.
Yep.
XRP is like a jigsaw puzzle, right? They're taking pieces from all different corporations, banks, governments.
Yep. It's a good way to look at it.
Now the CME.
Yep.
It's just another piece of this jigsaw puzzle. Yep. And as this puzzle pieces keeps coming together, as you see that picture coming closer and closer together, the final product, that's when that XRP at $3 is going to be the XRP at $10,000 or whatever you want to call it, because we are looking at a massive change happening over the next 5 years. And we're going to get into that in 1 second.
And remember, that's a great analogy with the puzzle.
I like that.
But at the same time that we're watching government make the puzzle, we have a portion of that puzzle also being created by Ripple.
That's right.
with all of their adoption of
I look at
Hidden
Ripple,
Road and all these things.
Ripple is the puzzle. Ripple is the puzzle. Who made the puzzle? Absolutely. They are the creator of this amazing puzzle. It's like,
but do they even see it all together? I mean, like, you're over here talking about government on one side,
yes,
and then we're talking about Ripple making what they're doing in the business that they're creating, and
yes,
how the two of these puzzles are becoming one.
It's really
one way to look at it.
It's really one puzzle that Ripple has developed, and they have different pieces of every angle that they're creating, from Hidden Road to.
So you think they know? You think they know the final outcome of where their puzzle's going to be? Do they have that picture of their puzzle out?
I think they've got the puzzle on the board at Ripple, and certain people at Ripple have important parts to use and make that part of the puzzle they're doing, and it's all going to come together. All these are, and what's going to happen as the puzzle becomes finished, it's going to attract more pieces to want to join that puzzle because of what it's doing.
I didn't really look at it like that. I looked at it more like they got a puzzle that, you know, they have certain pieces they need to have to make their business go on a trajectory they want it to go.
Right.
But you're thinking that they already have the whole trajectory out. I mean, I sort of have the feeling that they've been given the nod or the blessing from certain governments and so forth. How many
companies has Ripple just taken on this past year, okay, that nobody even thought about buying or owning? And people are like, oh my God, what a genius idea that was. They have a game plan.
Yeah.
It's like the Wizard of Oz, right? There's a road to Oz, and the only person knows that road from beginning to end, and all the different characters that come inside that road that stops them in the middle. The SEC was one stop in the beginning, right? And then you have the Scarecrow and the guy, the Tin Man, and the Coward of the Line. So here's Ripple going through this maze, or XRP going through this road of
the Golden Road.
The Golden Road. I love it. It's almost like the Wizard of Oz. But you know who's got the curtain behind the curtain? Behind the curtains.
We used to think
House.
Oh, you're going to
or David Schwartz.
Okay, right. That's one way to look at it. That's one. But behind the curtain, though, that's supposed to be the scary person.
But it isn't. It's the person with all the brains, right? It's all the brains.
That's one way to look at it.
They've got to do good
that, Dave. I like
so that. I'm gonna actually jump over. We're gonna change subjects over here. So basically, all right, in the end, when it comes to specifically CME, all right. The CME is opening the doors for big institutions to see XRP's real utility. All right. If CME is the Wall Street of the world and XRP is becoming its money mover, imagine the value creation ahead. The explosion of interest is only the beginning.
So I just one quick question. I just want a clarification. I don't even know if you're going to be able to give it.
Yes.
CME is adding XRP, or is CME using XRP for their trading? You know,
I'm going to say a combination of both.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm just curious because if it's for use, you know, if it's for using it, that's a totally different, beyond bigger level.
All right, I want to get into something a little more spicy, and the spicy is talking about these dollar amounts that people are completely missing on what the potential for XRP is and how people are coming up with these numbers. And I'm going to try and dive into this in a way that makes sense, and try not to get too much jargon in there because it gets kind of wordy. So if I do that, stop me, because it's important to understand. So what is a multiplier in crypto? Okay, so when people look at XRP, and it's at $2.80 today, right? And people are talking about XRP going to 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, 1,000, and farther on, okay? They're using what they call a multiplier in crypto. In crypto, a multiplier is the ratio that shows how much the total market cap grows compared to the actual money flow in and out, okay? Just understand that. A multiplier is the ratio that shows how much the total market cap grows compared to the actual money flowing in and out, or in or out. Because crypto markets are relatively illiquid, Not as much money is needed to move prices. A small amount of new capital can cause a large change in price. People keep thinking about how much money is coming in, how much money is coming out. It's equal 1-to-1. It has nothing to do with that. And that's why we talk about XRP has so many different factors coming in and how it's working between the money coming in with ETFs, the banking system, the CME, Hidden Road, all these different things that are happening when it comes to XRP. There's many, many pieces of the puzzle that are giving this
and the
creation
ETFs.
and the ETFs, right, which is going to be just crazy. We're going to get to it right now. Here's an example with XRP. Suppose 10 million flows into XRP. The buying pressure raises the price across all 60 billion XRP coins in circulation. If the price jumps enough to add 5 billion to the total market cap, then why multipliers exist? Liquidity is thin. Not every XRP is for sale. Small demand can move price fast.
And so here you said, if the price raises enough for $5 billion, they're talking just with the ETFs, $8 to $9 billion within a year will be coming into the XRP network just with the
JP
ETFs.
Morgan, I think, said 8 billion. Yeah. 8 billion off the rip. They don't know how fast that's. It could come in like within the first 30 days. It could be in the first 12 months. They don't even know because there is so much behind this. Every financial advisor, when you go to your financial advisor, you ask them what to buy, what to invest into, and they give you the guidance. And then you either do some research or just trust in them. Most people just trust in your financial advisor. And financial advisors are going to give you where they think you can make the most money because that's how they make money, right? And your investments make you happy, make them happy. So this whole thing that they're not allowed to talk about for all these years with XRP and crypto, now you have the ETF of Ethereum and Bitcoin, which was at free pass into the stock market, that blew up, right?
Yeah.
You have now XRP coming through the pipeline, which is probably one of the most, how should I say this? The most exciting ETF to ever hit the stock market with so much behind it. You don't even know when you listen what is behind it and what's happening, but they do. They know. And this is why they're so excited to be able to sell it. Let's go back into it. So market cap math, price times total supply exaggerates the effect of price changes. It exaggerates it. Speculative momentum. Once price starts rising, more buyers jump in, amplifying the move. We talk about that all the time. People buy when it starts going up, right? I'm talking to my buddy Pat and Chris and Seth and Frank and all these guys who are friends of mine who are involved in beginning stage of buying XRP or buying XRP. Find Joey, the guys who are kind of nervous about buying XRP, getting involved in crypto because they hear different things or they're not reading. Like my buddy Pat loves to read. He doesn't like to listen. He's a reader. And as he's starting to read and learn about this stuff here, he's beginning to understand a little bit more. It's a lot to take on, but he's beginning to get it slowly. And as you learn and invest your time in this kind of stuff here, you're going to find yourself in a position where opportunity is going to be explosive if you catch on and get involved. Again, not financial advice. Do your research. Let's get back in this video.
I'm dying for you to get to the numbers about that. It was 8 billion coming in.
Speculative momentum. Once price starts rising, more buyers jump in, as we said, applying the move. In simple terms, the crypto multiplier is like a lever. A little push, small capital inflow can lift a huge weight market cap. Okay. That's why Zach Rector, if you haven't followed Zach Rector, a brilliant young man who's involved in the crypto world, go to his YouTube channel, Zach Rector, Z-A-C-H Rector, R-E-C-T-O-R, or others say, so Zach Rector and others say XRP could hit high prices without even needing trillions of dollars in cash flows. Again, all these naysayers, all these people who are not crypto or not XRP people, and it can't happen. It's because their mind isn't opening up to understanding how this works. It's a problem. And if you don't listen, you're not learning. If you don't open your eyes and your ears and read and understand, I'm not a stats guy. I'm not a numbers guy, but I look to people who know better than I do. I listen to it, and then I make my own assumptions from it. That's what you need to do. Okay. In plain terms, multiplier refers to how little actual cash can spark disproportionately large growth in market cap, especially in digital assets and crypto.
And don't compare market caps in crypto with market caps in the stock.
Not even the same level of understanding.
Yeah, there's utility here. It has nothing to do with it. It's not just a value. This is moving money across the globe, across the world. You're going to see these are going to be far, far greater than any company itself.
My buddy Pagan was here last week. We talked about the amount of people in the world involved in crypto. A few months, Mike and I talked about it. It was 6.5% of the world. It's now 10.5% of the world. It's just beginning. All right. So multiplier refers to how little actual cash can spark disproportionately large growth in market cap. According to Rector, Zach Rector, 100 to 300 billion in net capital could potentially drive XRP to $100 rather than needing a full 6 trillion. You need to understand the process, the math, the arithmetic, the formulas, how he's coming to this stuff here, so you can understand and be comfortable with what's happening and investing and being a part of what's about to happen. It's up to you to do the research. It's up to you to decide to get involved. We're just here to try and give you information.
We were talking earlier before when we were pre-game in this thing too, that if the $8 billion,
yes,
that equated to an XRP of how much? Do you recall?
$30.
It's 30. Okay, yeah, $30. Yeah.
So
with the 8 billion that they say is definitely coming through the ETFs, we should be able to see $30 at the
just
very least.
Boom, like that. It's going to happen quick. It's going to happen quick. And you go, oh my God, but I was going to buy it yesterday.
Even if it took 2 months to happen.
Hold on
Even if it took 2
months. It's going to be the person that was sitting on the sideline that was in their app and their thing going, I'm going to buy, I'll wait till tomorrow, right? And all of a sudden, went, oh my God, what just happened?
It's possible.
It's like the airline ticket. You ever go to the airline tickets? You're going to buy your airline ticket.
Yeah.
You're on the JetBlue thing or what company you like to fly with, and you look at the ticket price. It's $150, and you get sidetracked, whatever. And all of a sudden, you go back in, and now it's $500 for the same flight. And you're like, oh my God, I could have bought. I can't believe it. And then you're pissed. That happened to me a couple of times, especially holiday plans, right?
That's what you get for not calling your man.
Exactly. $20 to $30 per XRP by 2026 is considered a realistic baseline, assuming continued institutional interest and favorable regulation. Going higher toward triple digits would be a longer-term play, conditional on ongoing adoption and inflows. So again, there's so many things happening, with XRP that you may or may not be involved in, understand. What you should do is do some research exactly on who is involved with XRP, who the players are, what companies they purchased.
Can I just I just want to sidetrack a little bit on this. Imagine it goes to $30 and we have a 30% pullback.
Yes, that'll happen.
Which we just had a 30% pullback right now, going from 350 down to 275.
Let's talk a little bit of pullback. It's good we're doing this. Yeah.
So let's pretend for a second that let's just pretend you had 1,000 of them.
Yes.
And you watched it go to $30,000.
Yes.
And then the market cools down and it goes down to 21,000. The question is, how are you going to be as a buyer when that happens? Are you going to be upset about it?
Right.
Or are you going to be okay with it? Because you need to expect that. When it does that and it goes down to 21, I'm still not here for $21. I wasn't here for 30. I'm not here for 21. I'm okay.
That's right.
Even if it doesn't do anything for a year.
Yeah.
And I think you're the same mindset. If we have to wait a year to get back to 30, or 2,
or
it's
3
okay.
or 4 or 5, whatever it is. Here's the most important to understand what happens with the pullback. When Mike says pullback, he's saying to you, why did the price drop all of a sudden? It went to 30, right? You're so pumped up, and then dropped to 20 again. So what happens is there are what they call whales, and there's also normal people who, when they hit a certain, there's a dollar amount that each person says, hey, if it hits this number, I'm out. And I'm good with what I have in my bag, and I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to sell at that point. And there's a percentage of people that have 100%. Maybe it's 20 or 30% of people that will sell. Maybe it's 50% of people that sell. And the market comes down in price. But what's going to happen is now there's more XRP to buy. And when that more XRP is available to buy, that's going to shoot the price back up, because it's not going to be something where it goes down and stays there. Yeah. It's going to start to drive. It's going to start driving up. It'll pull back a little and go back up, like every other.
Yeah. But they get to certain levels and you don't see them again. Like,
that's right.
Like, I don't think you're going to see the 50 cents from last November.
Never
I don't
again.
think the 50 cents.
On one hand, I wish it would drop for a couple of hours or a couple of days where I could buy XRP 50 cents. I would love to see that happen, but it's just not going to happen. And then drop a little grenade on there, pick up another bag full, right? Yep. Hypothetically speaking. Yep. But that's not realistic. Right now, you're looking at buying at $3 roughly a coin. And that's going to be cheaper than anybody else you know, because what's going to happen when that thing goes to 5 and 10 and 15 and 20, they're going to be, I can't believe you were able to buy it at 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to be, oh my God, and I'm paying for it 15, absolutely. Or I'm buying a piece of one.
How many people right now with XRP at $110,000 sit there said, I bought it at $50,000?
That's right.
You know, so they look like the heroes at $50,000 when it's now at 111. I mean, the Bitcoins. Yeah. You know, I mean, right. So it's all relative. It's all relative. There'll be a point in time, though, that you will be really thankful that you bought XRP even at $3 right now. It's a candy bar. Like I heard somebody said the other day. I liked it. It was Stable Crew. He said, it's the price of a candy bar.
We got Nathaniel here on YouTube. Thoughts on Jay Claver's price predictions for end of year and early 2026? First of all, I love you asked that question.
Yeah.
I love Jay Claver. I think he is a brilliant man. I think he's one of the most brilliant men in all of crypto. And he is 100% all on XRP. And he knows if the carry trade was to happen, right?
The yen carry trade.
What's it called?
Yen carry
trade happens. That's going to change a lot of things. There are a lot of different things that could fall into place as it seems to be happening that could really take the XRP and make it go to another stratosphere on dollars and cents.
Now, we both are members of his mastermind.
Yes. And if you're not a member of his mastermind, I think it's a great investment.
Yeah, definitely. But what I was going to say is, even me, 5 years into this business, you know, I sit there and I recognize that Jake knows a lot more than I do, and yes, he talks to a lot more people than I do.
He's connected. As a matter of fact, the last thing he did, I watched how many people he's connected to in the world, in the business world, that come and are either a part of his environment, whether it's investing with him or that he's connected with Brad Garlinghouse and Schwartz, and all these BlackRock and all these different places that he's connected with and knows things that's happening that he can't talk about. That's why when he talks about these numbers, Nathaniel, thank you for jumping in here. That's why when he talks about these numbers, he knows what the potential could be in a very short period of time if X, Y, and Z fall into place.
He does qualify saying if X, Y, and Z falls in place. Right. But in my small mind, I sit there and say $1,000. I don't see it
tomorrow.
Well, I mean, he's saying it could be by the end of the year. You know, if all the pieces fall in place. Do I see it? No. Do you see it? I don't think you do.
I don't know that I see it. I pray for it. But that being said, listen, I'll be happy when it goes to $20 or $100.
Yeah.
When it hits 100, I'll be very, very happy.
Yeah.
Right. When it hits 1,000. I think that's when I don't know. I don't know what I'll even know what I'll say, I'll do, or how I'll feel. I think I
guess it depends on how old you are.
It depends.
And how you feel.
Yeah. Listen, I think
hopefully you're just not in depends.
Here's what I listen, if you want my honest opinion, I'll say to you in the next 5 years, I think it's at 1,000.
Okay.
I think it's definitely at 1,000, if not higher, in the next 5 years.
I can see that. I can see
Would I
that.
love to see it happen sooner? Amen and hallelujah. And Nathaniel, I think you're awesome for asking that question. What do you think, Nathaniel? What do you think on his price prediction? You know, there's one of those things you hear and you go, I love and appreciate and hope for. And there's the other thing where like, okay, I'm going to set my expectations low. I tell my wife, again, this is a 10-year plan. In my heart, I'm thinking 5-year plan. In my hopes, I'm thinking a 2-year plan, right? But I have to, right?
6 months.
I set my expectations farther out, so I'm not as disappointed as easily, because this is one of those roller coasters that you get on. And XRP and what's happened, what they've been beat up, dragged in the mud. I mean, they've been stepped on it. You cannot find a crypto that's gone through more crap than XRP, and its resiliency and how little went down after what it's been through just shows how powerful of a crypto coin that is, and what its utility is, its function, and how the world is just around it. And I say the business world of what's being used, and we don't even know all those pieces yet. It's all going to come out. We're all going to be a part of it if you're in it. And people say, well, they always ask Jake, if I have 1,000, it's enough. He's like, listen, if it hits if it hits this dollar amount and in this many, are you going to be happy at that amount? Nathaniel, I hope for it when the Clarity Act gets signed into law and the ETF gets approved. Who knows? Absolutely true, buddy. The ETF is a game changer. It's by the way, uncharted territory. Absolutely true. And if you follow, again, Zach Rector, the guy's brilliant. You have Zach, you have Crypto Sensei, you have our friend Mikkel, you have these King Solomon was just on talking about an amazing about XRP. And by the way, don't forget there are other ones out there like HBAR and XLM and XDC and Flare and Algo and Algorand and all these other ones. But XRP, number one bag to hold. That doesn't mean you shouldn't have HBAR. That doesn't mean you shouldn't have XDC. That doesn't mean you shouldn't have Flare. If I was to say to you things I think you should hold, HBAR is number 2. I'm going to say
I can give you that.
I'm going to go with XDC is number 3, and I'll say Flare is number 4 in that order specifically because of the cost and return and how they're working together. And there's a lot of other ones out there that are involved. Listen, there are some things that I'm priced out of, like Solana, great coin. Quant. How much are these going for per coin?
Over 100.
Okay. I'm priced out of that because if I can buy XRP at $2.80 and I can buy 10 or 20 or 50, I'm going to pick up that bag over buying one Solana personally. Frank Pappy, gotta run, fellas. Have a great week. XRP, God bless. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for being part of the show also. Great guy, great people. I'm excited for him too. I shouldn't have said his last name out loud, but great people.
Well, the thing is, he put it out on his name is on there on the YouTube, so you really didn't do anything wrong. You're just reading it.
Again, all these guys who are listening, learning, and following along, there's so many of you out there. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for you. And you reach out to us, you talk about this stuff.
I'm excited. You know what? We're going to wrap it up soon, I'm sure.
One more minute.
But I just wanted to say, I love the fact that as we're sitting here talking and you're naming off all these various friends that all are now partaking in crypto that they didn't have ownership before. I love it. I think it's wonderful.
I agree with you. And there's still some who are a little tentative, but you know what they're doing is they're beginning to learn on their own. I got one buddy of mine who is like, I bought it and upset about the fact that it went down 13% because he's not listening and learning about it. And I got another buddy who's reading about it and starting to get excited because he's beginning to understand in his heart. Mm-hmm. You've got to know in your heart and your mind something to make you feel more. When you're educated on information,
when you know what you own, then you're going to sleep well at night. I don't even look at this, to be honest with you. I don't check the crypto market every day. I honestly don't, and I don't care. To me, it doesn't matter if XRP goes down to 250 today or goes up to 320. It doesn't really matter. It's not changing my life. I own what I own. I'm happy with it, and I sleep like a baby.
100%. I do take a wink at it because I'll read something, I'll take a peek at it, go, okay, it's still what it is. It's okay. Yeah. I know where it's going. I know it's going to happen. And you do too if you're watching, listening, and learning. We want to thank you for being a part of our show. It's Friday, Intro to Crypto. Michael Cristoforo, David Lamel here. And Nathaniel, do you think we get the Clarity Act done by October? I say we get the Clarity Act done by November. How about that? And if not by October, by November.
Well, we have to get Congress to do what they're supposed to be doing and do their job.
Do the job, Congress. Do the job. Yeah. Michael Cristoforo, David Lamel, thank you so much for joining us. It's the Intro to Crypto Friday. We'll see you Monday. We'll have some exciting information to share with you. Hope you liked it. Please give us a smash. Join us on YouTube. Subscribe. Watch every week and be a part of our show. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.